so many people who just show up to this school are like, I want to make movies, and they don't know what filmmaking is, and they're very turned off when they get here because they realize filmmaking is a hard job. It's not just glamour and fun, you know?
Hey guys, so if you're not familiar with my channel, I make videos about the Los Angeles Film School. A lot of you have had questions about this school, and if you are new to my channel and you have any questions, feel free to comment down below or DM me. Some of your comments were saying that I have like a biased opinion, and some of you did not agree with some of the things I was saying. So I just wanted to make this video, and if you are curious to know more things about the Los Angeles Film School or you would like to see more videos about it, then please subscribe to my channel. Hope you enjoy this video.
I came here in 2017, so I was about like 25. I used to want to be an actor, and that didn't really pan out. So when I came here, this was kind of a whole new world that kind of like opened up for me. I took some classes at Orange Coast College before. One of the first things that I really enjoyed when I came here was all the people that I met from all the different styles, from editing to cinematography to also directing. The biggest pro that I could probably take away from coming to LA Film School would be the people that I've met. Along with the equipment, there are some like, and that's also like the con. The pro is like you get great equipment, the con is it's not always available, and that's like one of the most infuriating things. Coming here, I learned enough that's been getting me by as a director. And that's coming from a director, storyteller aspect that I've always just been really big into story and character. So that's kind of like, they don't teach you a lot of that here. For me, I personally already knew enough about storytelling and character building, coming from like an actor's background, that we don't really touch on that a lot at all at this school. So just already intrinsically knowing that, it kind of helped me tell stories better. So maybe if you're interested in being a director, get into that stuff.
Oh, is it on? Is it filming? Is it recording? No, so as far as the school goes, I really enjoy it. I love the one class a month structure a lot. The best part about it for me is that I don't have to pay for it because of the GI Bill and their yellow ribbon program. I don't pay a dime, which is really great. The school has this program called the Yellow Ribbon Program, and theirs is unlimited, which most schools don't do. The GI Bill gives you like $20,000 per year for tuition, but a lot of schools cost more than that. And so the Yellow Ribbon Program adds on top of that, so it's a matching program. So basically the school and the VA split the rest of the difference in the cost of the school on top of the $20,000 that I get from the GI Bill, and so I don't have to pay for anything, and so I don't go into debt, which is great because I, spent 6 years of my life in the Navy. So,
So when I came here, I wanted to be, it's still one of my aspirations, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to study directing. When I was being taught stuff about cinematography, I always thought like, oh, I don't need to know this because I'm a director, so I kind of mentally checked out in that class. But then later on down the road, I thought, well, maybe that's what I want to study. It felt like something that I would probably get more value from learning that than learning directing, because I feel like that's something that can only be taught to a certain degree. But cinematography is something very concrete, and then you can apply your own stuff. But I wish I knew that beforehand so that I could have been more present in the classes before I made that decision. In the application process, they don't accept SAT scores, and it really shows sometimes in some of the students. I'm not going to say any names, but I kind of wish they accepted SAT scores sometimes, and I'm not going to go further than that.
I think what I like most about the school is the month-by-month structure, and this is going to sound like such a lazy film student thing. It's just like, oh, there's not a lot of GEs, like not a lot of general ed classes, but I think it just like helps flourish, like it helps the students flourish more with like creativity, because it's like all they're focusing on is making art. All they're doing is screenwriting class, or they're doing like a cinematography class. Like it's not like, oh, you gotta take chemistry, like all this other shit. But I think cons also to the month-to-month program is they're really extensive about if you miss a day or you miss a couple days. Like right now, if there's like an emergency situation, it's kind of like, okay, I might fail a class, we'll see, like kind of thing. So that's the only thing I don't really like.
This school, unlike any other school, teaches you how to get a job in the film industry. Most schools you go to, like the big name film schools, USC, UCLA, they'll teach you film theory. You know, this is a film, and this is how you make a film, and that's great, and you definitely get that here too. But you spend so much time on set here, learning the little things, how to set up a light, how proper set etiquette works, things like that. You spend hours and hours doing that, and what that does is it allows you to get the first job in the industry so that you can meet the people to do what you want to do eventually. And that's something you're not going to get anywhere else. So I love that about this school. Cons, it's a crazy work schedule. It's actually kind of a pro that the work schedule is the way it is because it teaches you kind of how the industry is. It's set up where your schedule's constantly changing and you work long days. But it's also really hard to manage. It's hard to have a job with going to school here, but people manage it. It's just a lot harder to do, so that'd probably be the biggest con. I wish I knew to continue to build the relationships I kind of started out gaining. You know, you come, you're like, I'm gonna network with people, when you show up and you do that, and then time goes on and you kind of just let those slip. 3 years is a long time, and if you don't keep those things up, you'll end up losing them.
I think some of the biggest pros are definitely like the people that you meet here, because even after you graduate and like are done with school, you're still gonna have those people that you met in school. Another pro is definitely like the access to the equipment that we have. We could have better access to some better equipment, but you know, that's out of my jurisdiction. I think some of the cons, at least, I think our school could be using like the funding or just like our money better. Because we're paying a lot of money, and I'm not seeing a lot of like stuff in return. Classes definitely like give us good knowledge about the industry, because like this school has taught me like everything I need to know about actually movie making, but at the same time I don't think that they were quite using the full extent of their possibilities to get us there. We just got new stages, but like before that they were you know, you saw them.
Yeah, they were shit.
Like I don't know how you're supposed to make anything look good on those stages. It kind of builds character almost, because when you learn how to make filmmaking with the bare essentials, when you have everything that you have that you possibly could have access to, it makes you only a better filmmaker. I've talked to a lot of alumni and just a lot of people from our school, and like I've got a good consensus over like what people kind of expect out of this. It seems like a lot of people would want like just some like literally like physical stuff to help us like with filmmaking. Like say if you were a cinematographer, that provide you with a light meter, it's part of the tuition, something like that, just something to help us get going. Like when we first started the school, they wanted us to shoot a project, but like some people don't have cameras. We literally shot our first project on a phone using iMovie, and that's like essentially what movie making's about. But at the same time, like even if they just gave us like a little camera or something, that would have been helpful.
I mean, there's good and bad things about this school. So it's like, one, the graduate rate's not that good, because people end up finding jobs and stuff like that, where it's like, and they end up dropping out and stuff, because like they can just learn on sets. But I feel like this school is really good for like the connections and finding like work, and like as long as you put in that work and like you do it.
That's what I think.
Like, I feel like a lot of people like they didn't realize what to expect, because they're like, oh, I have to build a camera in 10 minutes. Oh my god, that's a lot. And, like, what do you expect? Or like they think like some teachers are hard. Like when you're on set, some teachers are like telling you something, like they think that they're harsh. I'm like, no, on sets they will literally fire you to like go on a wrong things kind of thing.
Exactly.
Depending who it is. One thing is like if they had dorms would be nice.
I really thought that when I got here. I was,
the parking situation, I don't want a car, but like
yeah, I heard people complain about it a lot.
Open to the public too. So
There's a couple classes that'll definitely change your mind. Cons. Parking is the worst. Yeah.
I agree.
Length of the
Because
class.
remember when they were doing.
The teachers aren't qualified. They're not real teachers. Like they don't think.
Do you think they're good at what they do, even though they're not qualified?
But that's the thing. Only some.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad.
Pros, yeah, you could definitely meet somebody.
A lot of people.
You can meet a lot of people that are trying to do the same thing as you. I don't think you need to know anything about film before coming to film school.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're that motivated, like it'll show. I also think like it doesn't really like, all right, to an extent it matters what school you go to type of thing, and for art in general. But depending on how you're looking at things, how you're working, it doesn't really, I mean, you could treat this like it is one of those prestigious schools you hear about, and I mean, you can be proud of it at the end of the day.
I think it's not bad. They have a really good variety of classes, and you go through it really quick, but that can also be a bad thing. You can also want to grasp a little bit more, or you might want to spend some time on a class you think may have been rushed. The teachers swap in and out a lot, so there isn't really a set teacher who's like gone to school for something and taken a test to become a teacher for this class. Do you think from experience?
Just switch schools. So yeah, UCLA is great. I really love being a Bruin. Just kidding. Really hard schedule-wise. I mean, it's not an easy schedule at all. You're going to be giving up a lot of social time hours. Your jobs are going to just relationships with people. It all just. But I think that's film school in general. I don't know. Maybe just be a doctor.
Just be a doctor.
Something safe.
Sure. Something safe and really hard.